With Evercade, you can play over 500 games across more than 60 cartridges, and we've been continually releasing new collections for the platform since 2020. If you're new to Evercade, you might not have taken the time to explore some of the games that came out earlier in the system's lifespan. And if you're an experienced veteran, it might have been a while since you spent some time with these games. That's what our Highlight of the Month program is all about. Each month, we'll be picking out an individual game from our back catalogue and showcasing it directly from the Evercade menu. You can play the game for free, even if you don't own the cartridge it's on, until the next Highlight of the Month shows up. It's a chance to catch up on some titles you might have missed, or learn a bit more about some games you might not have played for a while. And it's a great opportunity for the community to all explore a game together at the same time. For June 2025, it's the turn of the crosshair shooter Alligator Hunt, part of the Gaelco Arcade 1 cartridge. This is a popular entry in our line of purple arcade-centric cartridges, and Spanish developer Gaelco is a cult favourite of arcade enthusiasts, thanks to their games having consistently slick presentation, imaginative visual design, and solid gameplay. Alligator Hunt was first released in 1994 and is part of a subgenre of games that is sometimes referred to as a Cabal shooter, after the 1988 arcade game of the same name that popularised this style of play. Not quite light gun shooter, not quite traditional shoot 'em up, Cabal shooters depict their action from a third-person perspective situated behind your character and task you with both aiming your shots using a crosshair and manoeuvring your character to avoid incoming attacks. Unlike today's third-person shooters, you're not able to freely explore the levels. Instead, you're taken through a series of shooting galleries with predefined waves of enemies, your movement limited to just left and right. Alligator Hunt initially appears to be a fairly conventional example of this formula, placing players in the role of skateboarding kids attempting to fend off an alien invasion. The early stages introduced the main concepts and mechanics of the game, including destroying scenery elements as well as enemies, dodge rolling to evade enemy shots, shooting bonus items to make them more valuable, and bouncing certain enemy characters around the screen to provide additional missiles for your stock. An important thing to familiarise yourself with is how you can move the kids directly while not shooting, but if you hold down the fire button for rapid fire, they'll stay in place and just change where they're aiming. After the initial two stages, things change a bit. The kids jump into futuristic starfighters, and after a dramatic launch sequence, begin a series of missions through space, the eventual goal being to take the fight directly to the invading enemy force. The way the spaceship scenes work is actually pretty much identical to the on-foot sequences. Once again, you're taken through a series of shooting galleries with limited mobility and a dodge roll, and tasked with blasting the enemy forces, attaining bonuses, and evading incoming attacks as much as possible. You do have to be a bit more careful in these sequences, however, as the spaceship sprites are a little larger than the kids on skateboards of the opening stages. As with all other Gaelco games, Alligator Hunt has excellent audio-visual presentation, featuring detailed pixel art sprites and backdrops, coupled with satisfying sound effects and some wonderful guitar shredding from the company's in-house musician Joan Sanmarti, presented in lo-fi mid-90s digital audio. If you're a fan of his noodling, be sure to also play World Rally, Thunderhoop and Thunderhoop Strikes Back on Evercade, as these also feature his trademark wailing guitar sound. Like many of Gaelco's other games, Alligator Hunt's first home console release was with the Gaelco Arcade 1 cartridge for Evercade. Prior to that, the original arcade version was considered difficult to emulate due to the original hardware's stringent protection measures. Indeed, despite the game originally coming out in 1994, it wasn't until 2018 that it was reliably preserved for future generations of gamers to enjoy. If you've never explored Gaelco's games before, Alligator Hunt is a great place to start. And if you're a long-standing fan of the company's work, well, surely you owe it to yourself to spend a bit of time playing one of their greatest hits. And so, as a great man once said, "Shut the floor, tell me what's up," and have fun with this Highlight of the Month. To get started with Highlight of the Month, just update your Evercade EXP, EXPR, VS, VSR or Alpha to the latest firmware version via the System menu. Then navigate to the EXP, VS or Star logo on Evercade Alpha on the left side of the main menu and access it from there. Please note that save states made while playing the highlight of the month version of Alligator Hunt will not carry across to the cartridge version, and vice versa.